Hi, this is Sabrina Gibson. I'm with Imagine Wow, and we get to interview the coolest people on the face of the planet. And I've definitely got a cool people in the hangout here today. I've got Arvie Robinson, and she is an international speaker. She's a master speaker trainer, and she's an amazing author. And she basically teaches business owners, service professionals, and entrepreneurs how to use public speaking as a marketing strategy. And what that allows people to do is they can attract more clients, generate unlimited leads, and grow their businesses effortlessly. Who couldn't use that? Today she's going to be talking a little bit about a system. She's created a proven speaker system for delivering persuasive presentations and easy formulas for creating killer elevator speeches and magnetic self-introductions. How many times have we been in a networking event and wish we had one of those? So I'm excited to have you here, Arvie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to be here too.
You're awesome. Well, how did you earn the right to be an expert as a master trainer and as a speaker trainer and a master speaker?
Oh, wow. Well, because I have been doing it for over 30 years. I started out where I didn't know what I was doing. I took one speech class in college, so I thought I knew everything there was to know about it. Went out in the world, started speaking to get clients, and failed miserably. And so I decided I was going to become a master. So since that time, I've just went to the library. I've gone to seminars. I've done everything I could to improve. And then once I started learning how to do the skills right, I started getting amazing results. So throughout my corporate career, I used it not only to get clients, but for upward mobility in the corporate arena. And then 10 years ago, I left and started my own entrepreneurial company where I've been teaching other business owners how to use it to market themselves, to get clients and generate leads. And I've given probably over 3,500 speeches and trained over 5,000 people how to be not only better speakers, but how to use it to actually market themselves.
Wow. So 30 years ago, you must have started when you were 6.
Yeah. I'm a prodigy.
I love that. Well, what are the 3 top problems that you solve for people?
Well, number one, it's getting over the fear of speaking, because if they're fearful, they don't do it, they don't move, they don't speak. So we just get that right out of the way. And the way we do that is by giving people a system, by teaching them a step-by-step system. It's kind of like a roadmap, a blueprint, a recipe. When you have that to follow, then you gain confidence that you can get there. So that's number one. Number 2 is becoming more persuasive. You have to use persuasive language. See, your words will either sell or they repel. And a lot of times in business, people are repelling people and they don't even know it. So I teach them how to become more persuasive. And then the third problem that we solve is the close, or what I like to call the invitation to do business with you. Most people don't know how to do a call to action or an invitation that actually generate leads or get them business. So that's what I teach them.
I love that. I mean, there's so many times that I think people are, they don't know how to lead someone into the next step so that they naturally want to do business with them. And I know that 95% of the world's looking to be led, so it makes a lot of sense to really understand how to lead them through your business, because otherwise we'll have to do the prayer program where we just pray that they know what to do next, right?
Right, or we spray and pray.
Pray and pray. I love that. What's the number one way that you're helping people solve these problems?
By teaching them the right way to speak. By, again, giving them the system, teaching them how to speak right, giving them the right words. And I don't really give them the words. I help pull out their words. So there's 3 speeches that every business owner must perfect to go out there in the world and build their business. One is what a lot of people call the elevator speech, but I like to call it the core speech, because that's at your very core. If you know what's at your core, everything else will come out out of that. Then how to turn that into a self-introduction that acts like a magnet. So somebody from across the room that hears you will get up and give you their business card and say, call me. And the third is the signature talk. That's your 20-minute, 30-minute talk that will set you up to position you as the expert in your field, gain visibility in your market, and get people to, again, fall in love with you and want to do business with you.
I love it. I love that. And what's a quick tip that you can give someone that might be interested in really presenting themselves in a way that naturally attracts the right people to them?
I would say the main thing is learn how to do it right from the beginning, because a lot of times speakers that come to me, they've developed bad habits that we have to get rid of first before we start on the good habits. So get trained, whether it's from me or somebody else, on how to do it. The business speaking is much different than getting up maybe and just being an inspirational speaker or motivational speaker. You have to be very persuasive, very concise with what it is you want your clients to do at the end of your talk. And you want to start with re-engineering your speech. So we always start with the end in mind by creating a purpose statement before you ever put one word on paper. So I recommend people learn how to do it right, and they will get amazing results. And then, like any marketing strategy, you must be consistent. So you can't get out there and speak once in a while or once a month and expect a full stream of clients. You want to make it a marketing strategy where you do it once a week, every month, for the entire year.
I love that. That's great advice. Yeah, it is amazing how people just think that they can just get up there and wing it when in reality, and then they wonder why everyone else is producing a lot more results than they are. And there's definitely a purpose and a plan that goes to it. I love that.
Yes. Well, you wing it and you get wing it results.
So we like to ask this. I like it. Wing it results. Well, I like to ask this of everyone we talk to, and there's no right or wrong. There's no pass or fail. How would you define social media?
Oh, that's a big animal. Well, I mean, it's here to stay. That's one thing. And we all need to use it. And it's like speaking, you need to use it right. There's, great ways to use it and wrong ways. And I would recommend to everybody, it is a form of speaking. So you need to learn how to speak on social media just like you would learn how to speak in person. And if you don't know how, if it's too overwhelming, get an expert to help you. I'm not that expert in social media, so I have experts that help me out. But it's something that's here to stay. We have to be in it. We need to embrace it. And one day it could even, take over as a #1 marketing strategy. Who knows? So we need to jump in the bandwagon now. And if you don't know how to do it, get help.
I love that. It's interesting with social media, just how people forget there's because there's a computer there, that they're not really talking to human beings. So that's a really great, valuable tip. I thought that was excellent. And these days it's like video is so hot. And if you can really convey your message, and what I love about you, Arvi, is that you're so good at getting people to say what their core message, as you call it, or their elevator pitch in such a short amount of time. And really in social media, it's sound bites or it's little tidbits here and there. So I can see how valuable your training is for businesses, because that's really going to help them communicate their message offline and as well as online.
Right. Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, how are you using social media for your business?
Well, I'm using, of course, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm having fun with some of the other ones like Instagram and Pinterest, and I'm putting everything I can on it, personal stuff, professional stuff. I'm mixing it up and just trying to see, what works really.
That's so cool. Very cool. Well, how are you putting the wow in your business, or how are you differentiating yourselves from other people that are doing what you're doing?
Well, I think my wow is really just being passionate about what I do, trying to be everywhere so that any people look around and there I am again, and I'm speaking at this event, and on Facebook I'm making sure that I post everything that I visit. I make sure that I'm edifying anybody I'm with, or any of the classes I'm going to, or any of my mentors that I'm working with, and just really letting people know there's a big world out there. There's lots of places to speak. And one of the key ways I differentiate myself is I actually do what I teach, and I teach what I do. So I'm out there in the trenches every day, every week, speaking my business, teaching other people how to speak their business, giving back to organizations that maybe can't afford to bring in a professional, doing my free local talks. So just by walking the talk is I think what makes me really different.
I love that. And how many speaking engagements? You said 3,300 that you've done so far?
3,500, yes, 3,500.
Wow. What's been your biggest? Yeah, what's your biggest lesson that you've gotten from those 3,500 speeches?
The biggest lesson is practice, 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 practice. I mean, when you go out there into the world, I mean, you've got to have it down so much that you've become the script, and the script has become you, so that you can be free to experience your audience and to give them an experience. And that's what audiences want nowadays. If you've taken a public speaking class years ago, it's like any other profession. It's no good. You have to keep it up. The public speaking has changed. So audiences today, they really want an experience. They want to have fun. They want to be part of your presentation. And then where it's going, where public speaking is going, is what I call naked authenticity. Your audience, very soon, they really want people to be real, not just give them an experience, but let them know who you are. So in other words, if you like to golf, then let them know you like to golf. If you are a woman or a man of faith, let them know that you're a woman, a man of faith. It's no longer is it politically correct to hide your personal feelings or your views or your values from your audience anymore. Audiences want to know more about who you are when you speak.
I love that. You know, a friend of mine, Bill Gann, says we're living in a transparent world.
Yes.
And I think it's so true. It's like everyone wants to pull the curtains back and allow us to be who we are, and really, you know, connect with us at that level.
Yes.
How are you being, like, can you give me an example of how you're being transparent in your speeches?
Absolutely. I'd love to. Well, I'm a woman of faith, and I'm now bringing God to the stage with me in a very subtle way, just by saying maybe in my personal story, like when I came to kind of when I hit the ceiling in corporate America, and I didn't know where else to go or what else to do, because my degree is in information systems, and I spent 23 years in corporate America setting up systems, and it was time for me to make a change, and I didn't know what it was. So I tell people, I said, I prayed about it. And so that's my first step. And then as I speak, I talk and use examples of God. So like when I say your words will either sell or repel, I say the Bible says your words will either heal or kill. And all I'm trying to do is let people know that I am a woman of faith. It doesn't matter what faith yet, but, you know, because I will reveal that if I want to in the audience, but it's a step in the right direction. And so what happens is I start attracting men and women of faith, and then my clients become men and women of faith, so we can talk about God and we can integrate God into our business and, you know, just have a better business as a result. And the other thing I really love is dogs. You know, I really love dogs. I've got two boxer puppies, so I really let people know of my love for God and my love for dogs, and those are the kind of people that I've been attracting and working with. And there's something just very different about people that you know really love God and believe in God and on fire for God, and people that are pet owners and love pets. I mean, they're just, you know, they're different kind of people than maybe other people that don't care for pets. Very different, very interesting.
That is interesting. You know, it used to be when you spoke, you didn't dare talk about religion or God or your faith or whatever because you would, you know, lose the audience. And it's interesting just to see how we've evolved, I guess, just on how, you know, people are wanting to hear, you know, wanting to hear those more personal, intimate details. I love that. I mean, that's so encouraging. And I'll tell you a little funny thing about dogs. I love dogs too. I'm a huge dog fan. And someone was talking about how much they love their dogs and just how amazing they were. And I said, and how much they love God. And I said, well, you know, if you were to take dog and spell it backwards, it spells God. And so if you think about it, dogs are kind of a reflection of God, and they're like unconditional. They are very forgiving. They're very devoted. You know, like so they were like, oh, that's interesting. So dogs and God go hand in hand.
That's right.
I love that. I say there's people who are dog lovers are definitely special people, you know, because I don't know, dogs are really cool. They're just such quirky personalities, so that's really cool. I love that, Arvi. So, you know, really, I think you have so many things, and I mean, we could sit here and talk all day, but I know a lot of people are interested in learning more from you. How would they get in contact with you?
Okay, a couple ways. One, you could call me directly. I love to talk, so I love conversations. So you can call me at 909-949-8527, or you can email me at rvarvee@instantprospeaker.com. So those are the two great ways to get a hold of me.
I love it. I'm sorry, we have a little bit of a delay, so you know, I feel like we're in the live, you know, newsroom here. We've got a little bit of delay here.
Yeah, I know.
So I wasn't sure if you were done talking, so I just wanted to. It's funny. Google Hangouts they're hilarious. I mean, they're just so unpredictable, but I love them so much. Well, I certainly I always learn little nuggets from you, and I so appreciate you. I just think that you're phenomenal, and I hope people get to be able to connect with you. I'd love to have you back and talk more about, you know, just maybe some more specifics around speakers, and because you always have some great tidbits. So I want to thank you so much for being here.
I would love to come back, and also I want to give a free gift to all the Hangouters, or whatever you call them. What do you call Google Hangouters?
I don't know. That's a good word, because there's like tweeters, and I don't know, Facebookers. I don't know. Maybe Googlers.
Well, more like Hangouters. So for all the Hangouters, I want to give you a free gift. It's a public speaking success toolkit. And it's worth $1,078, and it's video, or it's not video, excuse me. It's audios and a report and a bunch of cool stuff. So to grab it, just go to www.freepublicspeakingreport.com. freepublicspeakingreport.com, and just grab some really cool stuff.
I love it. That's so generous of you. That's super cool. Well, I just adore you, and again, thank you so much for being here and coming with your amazing gifts and your tips. And by the way, we're going to be able to broadcast this to just more than Hangouters, so you'll actually get you know, the whole social media universe tuning in. So is it okay if everybody just tunes into that amazing free, what was it, freepublicspeakingreport.com?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, cool. Is it okay if anybody who listens to the video gets that gift?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. You're awesome, Arvi. Well, thank you. Well, this is Sabrina Gibson. Oh, sorry. That darn delay.
Anyway, so are you.
Thank you. Well, this is Sabrina Gibson. I'm with Imagine Wow, and as you can tell, we play with the coolest people. And I hope you enjoyed Arvi Robinson. Please get her gifts. They're amazing. She's so generous with those. And please come back and tune into more experts just like Arvi.